Back to Market Fatafat. Let's begin talking about all the stocks that are buzzing. Before that, just taking a quick glance at what the market is doing right now. We recovered quite well from the day's low and we're right there. A 0.5% uptick coming in on the Nifty at 25,883. But take a look at the bottom of your screen. The Rupee has hit a fresh new record low against the US dollar. So that is something that is not looking good right now. 90.4. Fresh new low for the Rupee coming in. Sensex is also 0.5% higher. The India VIX is cooled off. Nifty Bank also seen some little cooling off from the day's highest point, but nonetheless a 0.5% uptick for the Nifty Bank as well. But with that, let's welcome on board Nagaraj Shetty, Senior Technical Research Analyst at HDFC Securities, to take us through all the stocks that are looking good on the charts. Nagaraj, hi, good afternoon and thanks for your time. Let's start by talking about Samvardhana Motherson. Good return in the last 6 months or so, about 13%. Last 1 month itself, it is up another 13%. What is your take on SAMIL on the charts?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, Samvardhana Motherson has been in a continuous uptrend over the last few months. What we can observe chartically is a constant trend without showing any major declines in between. Currently trading around 120 levels in an attempt of breakout of the small hurdle. I'm expecting more upside to come. Overall chart pattern, including volume pattern and RSI, is indicating more upside for the stock price in the near term. So the next upside resistance to be watched around 135 in the next 1 month.
Alright, so that's the kind of level we should be looking at for SAMIL. But let's move on and get you another top buzzer of the day. That's DCM Shriram. Now this one has been rallying more than 6% through the day. This because it has announced a strategic MOU with Bayer Crop Science. This is a move which is seen as a major boost to its agri and chemical businesses. Now, under this agreement, both the companies will collaborate to advance sustainable and future-ready agriculture, focusing on innovation, digital advisory, and farmer-centric solutions. Now, this partnership creates a framework to explore synergies across agri inputs, seeds, specialty nutrition, biologics, digital tools, and also value chain development. Now remember, DCM Shriram and Bayer, they will also assess opportunities for collaboration in select areas of the chemicals business as well, which adds another layer of potential growth for the company. And on the back of these developments, the street is responding very positively because it brings together both the company's expertise in agri-technology and the strong rural distribution and integrated agri operations. So yes, on the back of this synergy that the companies will have, the stock has been rallying more than 6% higher right now.
Okay, so good move coming in on DCM Shriram, but very good move coming in on Shakti Pumps too today, about 13% uptick on the stock right now. And the shares are rising after the company has bagged orders worth 444 crore rupees for the supply of solar water pumps from the Maharashtra State Electricity Distribution Company, or the MSEDC. Now, Shakti Pumps has received a letter of empanelment from MSEDC for the supply and installation of 16,025 off-grid DC solar photovoltaic water pumping systems across the state under the Magel Tyala Saur Krushi Pump Yojana, which is the PM Kusumbi scheme. And the project includes design, manufacturing, supply, transport, installation and testing and commissioning, and is to be executed within 60 days from the issuance of the work order. So very positive news for Shakti Pumps. The stock is higher by about 12.75% as we speak.
Alright, so that's Shakti Pump for you. But moving on to another stock, Nagaraj, you've picked out Swiggy for us. Very flattish moves on this one. Today it's up more than 1%, but if you look at the past 1 month chart, it has seen an uptick of just about 2%. So from here on, do you expect some upside in this counter?
Yes, certainly. Over the last 1 month, this stock has been in a consolidation phase. What we can technically observe as an accumulation kind of a pace at the lows of around 375, 380 levels. The repeated testing of 200-day EMA over the last 4-5 occasions, that itself indicates that this stock is preparing for a big upside breakout from here onwards, around 405 to 410 levels. So once that breakout occurs, we could see some sharp momentum on the upper side. So on that basis, I'm expecting this stock to reach up to 440 levels. That is the next set of resistance on the breakout.
So that's Swiggy, but let's move on and also tell you the latest on Indigo. Now this one is in the spotlight yet again after the airline has slashed its Q3 guidance, which reflects a severe impact on the operational disruptions. Earlier this month, that is in the past 2 weeks that we have seen, the carrier revealed that nearly 4,500 flights were cancelled in the first week of December, hitting revenues and pushing costs sharply higher. Now, adding to the pressures, the DGCA regulation, it has ordered a 10% cut in Indigo's winter 2025 domestic schedule that further tightens capacity at a time when demand remains strong. So as a result, Indigo now expects lower capacity growth, not just for Q3 but also for Q4 and the full FY26 period, that is. Updated guidance for the fourth quarter and full year will be issued later, but here's how the guidance has changed for now. The ASK growth that's cut from high teens to high single digit to early double digit levels, and passenger unit revenues they were earlier expected to be flattish to slightly positive, but now downgraded to mid single digit decline. So yes, on the back of this latest guidance, the stock continues to remain in focus. However, it has moved back to the positive trajectory and trading about 0.7% higher.
Okay, so that's on Indigo. Looking good for that stock today, finally, after a lot of days. But TI Industries, that stock also doing very well, about a 3% uptick on that stock, because the company has commenced the first phase of commercial production for high and low tension cables at its new greenfield facility in Sanand, which is in Ahmedabad, and this happened yesterday. The plant, which is a part of the company's 2,000 crore Sanand project, is being funded through QIP proceeds and internal accruals. The plant will produce low tension, high tension, and extra high voltage cables to cater to the rising demand from utilities, industrial projects and the infra sectors. The first phase covers LT and HT cables with trial production, which is already underway. So on the back of this positive update, the stock is up about 3% as we speak.
All right, so that's KEI, stock up about 3%. But Nagaraj, you have picked out Asian Paints for us. Decent moves today, but if you talk about the 6-month chart, stellar moves over there, more than 26% of gains. Do you expect this trend to continue in 2026 as well?
I'm expecting a slight reversal for the stock price because it has moved up from 2,300 to 33,000 levels, and I'm expecting some reversal. Already declined from the higher levels, and the overall chart pattern is indicating some bearishness to come, and the lows to be watched around 2,600, which is the next set of support for the stock price in the next couple of weeks.
All right, so we could see some trend reversal in the stock. But let's move on and also tell you the latest on Tata Steel. Now, this one has announced a series of major capex approvals, reaffirming the long-term growth strategy for the Indian business. It has said that it will prioritize investments in volume expansion, value-added downstream projects, and low-carbon, low-capex technologies. Now, the board has cleared several large projects. First, a 4.8 MTPA expansion at its Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited, aimed at strengthening the long-term product portfolio to meeting rising construction and retail demand. Second is a 2.5 MTPA thin slab caster and rolling facility at Tata Steel, which will boost finished steel capacity in the flat products. Third, there is a 0.7 MTPA hot roll pickling and galvanizing line at Tarapur that would support automotive-grade steel and enhance the coated steel portfolio. So yes, it has also signed, apart from that, an MOU with Lloyd Metals and Energy to explore collaboration across iron and mining alongside logistics and pelletization and steel making. And that would pave way for a potential 6 MTPA greenfield steel plant. So yes, on the back of this major capex announcement, the stock is in focus and trading well green today.
Well, lots of announcements coming in for that one, but let's refocus. And Spandana Spurti, a stock that is also doing well today, because the board at its board meeting that was held earlier today has approved the issuance of up to 15,000 listed, rated, senior, secured, redeemable, taxable, non-convertible debentures, which is NCDs, having face value of rupees 1 lakh per debenture and including a green shoe option of 7,500 NCDs on a private placement basis. The NCDs will be allotted on the 17th of this month. So on the back of this fundraising news, Spandana Spurti doing very well, up about 2.5% as we speak.
All right, so that's Spandana Spurti. But let's move on and talk about PFC. Now, this counter is trading about 0.5% lower today. But Nagaraj, if we look at the 6-month chart, 20% decline is what we have already seen. So do you expect a reversal from here, or do you expect this declining trend to continue?
I'm expecting more decline. Chartically, it has been in a constant downrun, declining pace over the last 1 month, and low tops and bottoms on the chart is indicating that the still downside momentum is on active. And though it has recovered from the lower levels, I'm expecting more weakness from here onwards. The next lower support should be around 418 to 415 levels. That could be achieved in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so more downside expected for PFC. But now let's talk about Mazagon Dock. Now, this one is in focus after the Brazilian Navy and the Indian Navy have signed an MOU with the Defence PSU to collaborate on Scorpion-class submarine maintenance and other naval platforms. Now, this agreement covers procurement opportunities, exchange of expertise, and joint work in R&D and innovation strengthening as well. Now, Mazagodoc's global submarine capabilities will be enhanced post this MOU. Now, the stock is reacting very positively to this development and is trading more than 1.5% higher. In fact, the management says that the partnership combines Mazagodoc's design and integration strength with Swan's private sector flexibility, giving them a strong edge on the winning order. So, yes, Mazagodoc has also highlighted that it can build about 11 submarines at once. That's up from 10 earlier. So yes, very positive news flow over there, and hence the stock is reacting very positively, up more than 1.5% right now.
Okay, good move on Mazagodoc as well. But with that, we completely timed out on this edition of Market Fatafat. Nagaraj, thank you for joining in and sharing your technical take on some of the stocks with us. But with that, it's a wind down and a goodbye from Kanishka, me and the team that put this show together. But stay tuned. Closing trades is going to take all the action ahead.